So Lori's behind the camera, so I'm going to talk to her because I can't look at the camera because I get really self-conscious if I'm looking at the camera. So, okay. So my story, I have just a little story about Norman, and I think it's kind of cool. And part of it involves me holding this glass of, what am I holding? Scotch?
Yeah, and scotch here.
I'm holding some scotch, which I never drink because I don't drink scotch. I'm a beer drinker. Okay, so I think this goes back probably when I first met him. I could have been in the first year sometime. And I think you guys were visiting, Judy and Norman were visiting us. And one day, one of the days we were together, it was like late in the afternoon, it must have been about 5 o'clock. I said, "Hey Norman, you want a beer?" And he said, "Beer? It's cocktail hour." And I was sort of like shocked by that because I always drink beer, and my beers are microbrews and like really nice strong IPAs or pale ales or something. And so I learned a little bit about Norman that day, that you drink beer at noon, which is typically a Budweiser, something I don't normally drink, something you drink on a hot day, and you drink a scotch in the evening, like at 5, at cocktail hour. So here's to Norman. Here's to cocktail hour, Norman.
And you know, it's always noon somewhere.
And it's always noon somewhere for beer, and it's always cocktail hour somewhere. That's my short little story.
Okay. Next.
Wait a minute, now that I'm getting used to this, can I continue to talk?
I absolutely like being on camera.
Even though I have nothing to say.
Hey, what about Lee?